Okay, so let's get down into it. We know that you grew up a Steeler fan, actually. So how did that come
Yeah.
about?
So kind of happened pretty randomly. So my grandpa took me like winter coat shopping in kindergarten, and I picked out a Steelers like starter jacket for
Mhm.
my winter coat for the year, and I didn't even know. I just thought the logo on the back was cool. It was the big Steeler logo on the back, and a few years later, I realized it was the Steelers, and it was the NFL and football, and that was when I started playing football. So I was like, hey, let's hop on this team and be a fan of them. And the teams that I grew up around that were closer were the Browns, the Bengals, and the Lions. And growing up, they they weren't the best of teams.
Right.
And even the Steelers, the first couple of years, I think when they had I think Tommy Maddox was a quarterback back then. They went like 6-10. I think the first season that I actually remember watching. But then they picked it up and won 2 Super Bowls, and now I'm on the team, which is pretty cool to say.
Right. Yeah. So who was your favorite player growing up?
So I'm not a safety, but Troy Polamalu was my favorite player. I wore 43 in like Pee Wee football because of him, and then again once I got the opportunity to in college, I got to wear 43. So just the way he played, his attitude, his tenacity, his will to never give up on a play. You see so many plays on him making coming across the field, making tackles, diving for interceptions. I think the fingertip interception always comes to mind. I don't know if you guys remember that play, but
Yeah. Hmm.
he
Oh
scoops
yeah.
it up, half an inch before it hits the ground. So just looking up to him as far as just how he plays the game and how he handled his business on and off the field. He was my favorite player.
So were your family members also like Steeler fans, or who were they fans of while you were
My,
growing up?
my, my dad growing up was a 49ers fan.
Okay.
My mom kind of was a Cowboys fan, I think. But my cousin and my aunt, my mom's sister and my cousin, they were big Steelers fans. So we got to chat back and forth here and there. And then my grandma over time became a Steelers fan because she had 2 grandkids, and I was into football and things like that. So it's a small following, and obviously all my family members are going to be Steelers fans again. So yeah, a few of my family members. Absolutely, it's definitely the silver lining to this quarantine. Obviously, a lot of bad things have been happening these last 4 or 5 months, and to be able to find something that is that's positive and optimistic in this world right now is pretty cool.
Right.